convenient, and he do not want to be with her at all whatsoever. But because he knows she will not be cool with that shit, he do not say that shit.
Y'all see how we starting the show off? Business
I,
partner talking about niggas start staying with women because like, she called them hobosexual. That's what you was talking about, huh? You was talking about hobosexuals, wasn't
just a
you?
little bit. What's
Yeah,
up, y'all? What's up?
it is your boy Shout Time.
And your girl Becky.
And we're here with
Keep it a buck.
we keep it a buck. As you see, Becky do not like homosexuals. I'm not a fan of homosexuals neither, man. Have your own shit, right? Life a whole lot easier when everybody got their own shit.
Hey, listen, it's so much more attractive to be able to get a nigga house key. I promise.
Yeah. How your day be?
My day been pretty good. I love
Y'all
work.
really being backstage talking.
Oh yeah, you know we always come live and have conversations. Jared, turn the TV on for him before you lay down.
You know,
Oh Lord.
you already let us know that what you said, you go through phones, right?
Have I been through phones? Yes. I feel like if I get to a point where I'm starting to go through your phone, it's time to break up.
You know, I feel like if I went to your phone, I just was being nosy. I just want to make sure you were lying to me. I don't even care what I seen.
Well, that's the thing, because now I'm upset you lied to me. Because why are you doing this? Like, why can't you? I want to be in a relationship where we can be completely and bluntly honest. Like, I can tell my best friend anything. There's like really no grounds on what I can't tell my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I want that same aspect in a relationship. Like, no, I do. I try to find good words. I mean, yeah.
Like,
Anyway.
I don't sit over here and tell nobody. I ain't gonna talk about relationships like I'm looking for one. I want the furthest. I want to be the furthest thing from relationship. Because it's like, for me, we are smack dab in the generation where people fake narratives. They are one. They say they're one person when they're a total opposite person. And for me, I don't have time for. I don't have time for another wasted opportunity. Right? I'd rather just be single, get to know people, and then if I find out you bullshit, let you move on with no feelings attached. It's hard for me to. I don't move on easily. I be having feelings attached. And once I realize you fake, I hate you.
That's tough.
And not kinda hate you, like I really hate you. Like you could be on fire. I wouldn't spit on you. I wouldn't piss on you. I could have a fire truck. I wouldn't hold you down. I just let you burn. Because I
You
really
know,
hate you at this point.
that's wild.
Because my feelings is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like
You must be
how
a real
hard
good man.
how hard do you think it is for men to admit how they feel about something?
I think it just takes intellectuals. So I'm gonna say statistically,
Not
probably.
homosexuals, bro. Homosexuals.
Where's the comments? Oh, there it is.
It was homosexuals, bro. Not we don't got no problem with homo. I love homosexuals. They good in my book. One of the first things we talk about tonight is open communication, right? Oh, my fault. I said homo. My fault. I meant hobo. Hobo. Hobo, you black BA. You know how it go. Um, open communication. When some,
Yes.
what is open, or how happy would you be if in your relationship you had open communication? Like what does open communication do to a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Does it change the mood of a relationship? Does it change how you feel about each other? Like does open communication?
So for me, I think that at first it makes it hard because you have to get through those tough parts. Like you have to be able to, because like it's understanding that first of all, the person that you're gonna be with and anybody in life is never 100% gonna say everything that you like to hear or want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
We all have different opinions and views. If somebody is literally every time you say something like, "Yep, I agree," you probably should question that. It's one of those things that I should be able to come to you and tell you how I feel without you immediately running off the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
If it makes you feel some type of way, I want to be able to stop and talk and be able to look at you and be like, okay, how are you feeling about that?
I respect that.
I can respect that viewpoint. I mean, for me personally, still, I feel like open communication is the ability to talk about anything still. Not saying that you have to talk about everything and you don't have to tell me everything, but the ability to. I feel like I can come to you about anything. Like if I, had an improper thought and we don't do cheating. We don't do sleeping with other. And I'm not gonna say cheating not because of if you condone it, it's not cheating. But we do sleeping with other people, If we don't do that, I want to be able to come to you and tell you that I thought about it.
Expressing how we feel without expressing what we need without feeling away is one of the most important things in the world for me. Because don't tell me to talk and tell you how I feel, and then I tell you how I feel, and you're mad at me now. I never want to tell you how I feel again, right? Like at that point, I never want to speak on my feelings again because I now know that if I tell you how I feel, it's going to start a problem. Nobody wants to start a problem. Nobody wants to be going back and forth and arguing with a soul. Like that's just the God honest truth. So yeah, for me, I'm great with open communication if I know that what I'm communicating is going to be received. My boy LZ in the building. LZ, what's good, my boy?
What's good? What's good? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. This is my business partner Becky. This is my boy LZ.
Nice to meet you.
What's going on? Nice to meet you. What's going on?
Right now, bro, we're talking about open communication in a relationship. How do you feel, or how important is open communication in a relationship?
Oh yeah, communication that kills everything, man. That's a deal breaker. If you don't know how to effectively communicate, the relationship is going south quick. So yeah, it definitely is a big piece. It's the biggest part of the whole relationship, in my opinion. Me and my girl was just actually talking about that not too long ago. So one thing we was talking about as well is kind of like with the whole communication aspect, like you got to be able to communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to go to like social media and vent to a bunch of motherfuckers who don't really like care about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to confide in that person. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest key. A lot of people want to sometimes listen. Well, not even listen. A lot of people, when it comes to communication, like a lot of people get their words out and they speaking and they talking, but they're not really hearing what the other person is saying. Yeah. So instead of actually like listening and responding, based off of what it is that they're hearing, they just hearing certain
rebuttal.
Exactly. So they just
should be battle rap when you have a conversation like, hey, well, you said, damn, bro, how's you? You didn't even let me finish. Let me finish my round for you rebuttal a bit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but you're right though, bro. It's definitely like I have to be listening to. I have to be hearing, like listening and hearing what you're saying. Like I gotta feel what you feel to be understanding of what you're going through. Because if I don't feel what you feel, I'm not gonna be understanding. I'll be honest, bro. There are times where I'm not feeling what you're feeling. So how you feeling at that time is irrelevant to me. I'm wrong for that. I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna be honest. Like if you're not feeling about like if the conversation is how you feel, like me and my baby mom biggest problem is money and feelings. Like I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. The money. And she like, but no, my feelings matter. You're making my feelings not be important. And again, it's not that your feelings aren't important, but we need to put money over your feelings. And we just, we always have that's an issue for us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like that with anybody, bro. Like, we ain't talking about the money, like the money mean we going on trips. The money mean we not in the house all the time. Like you gotta be in the house when you ain't got no money.
That's a fact.
If you outside and you ain't got no money, you got a bigger problem. That's mental.
That's definitely a fact right there. Like that's one of my big things too. That's what we've been sitting here talking about too, man. Like everybody can talk all about that other stuff, man. But if you ain't got no bread coming in, a lot of people start looking at you funny, especially in your relationship. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to do certain things. You want to travel, you want to go out to eat, you want to be able to do, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? And plus you got to pay the bills at the end of the day too. So if you ain't bringing in that bread, man, a lot of people gonna treat you real funny, especially in that relationship. So that's a fact.
That's really wild. I feel like personally, the people who are outside are the people that don't have money. That's just I'm sorry, like that's just my opinion. Like because there's so much more to life. Like and I feel like that's where I sit differently with different people because of like I'm looking for the people who's buying houses and trying to own businesses. They're not outside. They're in bed by 9 o'clock because they have an 8 a.m. meeting. And they gotta wake up at 7:30 to get there. Like, you know, I mean, that at 7 to get there, you know, kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Like, for me personally, I feel like Cliff, you had said you're like, I want you to feel how I feel, right? And I feel like you can't really, that's the aspect you can't come from when you're in a conversation, because that's like saying like, okay, so if your baby mama's mad at you, you want to feel mad with her so that you can understand where she's coming from. Like, no, I want you to just be able to articulate how you feel and break it down far enough for me so I can get where you're coming from. And you should be able to do that if you've thought long enough about how you truly feel and it's not a reaction, because we want to be proactive and not reactive. So you have to think about your own feelings. And I feel like that was my biggest issue, was not being able to explain how I felt about something. And I'm sending you down a rabbit hole trying to figure it out. And you just sitting there like, what?
Yeah.
You see, I like what you said and how you said it, because it's like, I didn't mean like she's mad, I'm mad, but like, oh, I'm upset about this, or I'm tired, or I need a break, or you know, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Not, oh, I'm mad. I never feel like my baby mama is right when she mad. I always feel like that's some off the wall, in my feelings type of shit. That don't matter what it is. It's like, bro, you in your feelings. Like, let that go. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it be. But that's my personal opinion. But again, with open communication, it's hard if you're communicating with someone who's not used to it. Everybody don't know how to communicate. Everybody's not used to open communication.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get pushback when someone's not, like, when you could be communicating with somebody who takes it as you're coming for them. Right?
Yeah.
So you gotta, it's and again, you deal with women, so you know the same thing. Like, as a man, when you're dealing with a woman, like, oh, you gotta say it to her like this, and you can't be too mean, but then you still gotta be forceful, but then you gotta be understanding, and then you know what I'm saying. It's so much that goes on when dealing with women and how you have to communicate with them. Y'all are like flowers with thorns, but when a man's hand comes, it's like you ripped all the thorns off. Oh, you hurt me. They're thorns. Like, if I don't pluck the thorns, I'm gonna hurt my hand when I try to hug you. Right? It's like women want us to be mean to everybody else and nice to them while they still be mean. Nah, bro, it's not fair.
Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. That's definitely a fact. One thing about me is that it took me a while to be able to like communicate effectively. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like my struggle area for the longest. You know what I mean? I actually even like I picked up jobs just to be able to help me be able to articulate and get the words out better. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be up in the warehouses. I'm like, you know what? People are trying to talk to me, and I can't really get my points across to people the way I need to. So I started taking up like customer service jobs just to kind of keep my wordplay on point. You know. But that was the frustrating part for me, like especially early on in life, especially dealing with women. You know what I'm saying? They coming at you because y'all women, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could speak, you know what I mean? Y'all could get y'all points off. And when the brother can't keep up, it makes you frustrated, you know what I mean? But what I realized, like, I guess later on in life, is being able to articulate now and being able to express myself is frustrating when the other person still doesn't understand where I'm coming from. And you break it down in so many different ways, and they still don't understand, and they put you in a position to where it's like, all right, do you really not understand what it is that I'm saying, or are you choosing not to understand what it is that I'm saying? Now that's the battle in my mind at that point, because it's like, all right, so I done broke it down in every way you could imaginable, and you just still choosing to like not listen to what it is that I have to say to you. And that's the frustrating part of it all. So I don't know.
So do questions bother you? So basically, like, when I say that, so if we're sitting here and we're in a conversation and you're telling me how you feel, and I stop you and I'm like, hey, you know, quick question, you know, are you saying, and I go to reiterate what you said the way I've interpreted it, are you gonna start to get angry at that? Because that's like, I feel like that's where that breaking point is that sometimes women, we're trying to understand you guys and we're trying to ask, and I don't even think it's again, y'all know, Cliff, y'all know that everybody who watches this know I'm not a big man woman thing. I'm a big person. It's your personality. Because there's, you know, me and Cliff, we have a lot of viewpoints where it's like Cliff be like, oh, I feel like women. I'm like, that's wild, Cliff, because I feel like men. And we'd be like, okay, we gotta you know, kind of agree to, you know, disagree almost, like, you know, we can see it from both sides. I think that it's the issue becomes the fact of the communication line. So does that bother you if we're sitting here and I'm like, hey, like, did you mean X, Y, and Z, or do you feel X, Y, and Z?
Nah, it don't bother me. I think I think clarity is key. You know what I mean? Because once you have to understand what it is that the person is saying, but it's the difference between clarity and sarcasm. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I can tell the difference between if somebody's really trying to like figure out and kind of like understand what it is that I meant versus just trying to be sarcastic with it. You know?
Oh, so you're trying to say that on December
Right.
15th at 9:35 a.m. that I wasn't asleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
bitch, that's what I'm saying. You was sucking dick. I said you wasn't like you don't switch it up. Like, no, me personally, I love clarification. I love somebody who is with clarity. There is no way for you to be lost. There is no way for you to be questioning what's going on. Clarity clarifies everything. So I'm big on clarity. Like tell me what's going on. Like me personally, I don't do small talk. Like I ain't finna be sitting on the phone. Like if you not my mama, my sisters, my partner, I'm not finna sit on the phone with you. We're not finna just chop it up. Like that's it. It's a select few part. Other than that, what's the business?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm trying. Nah, miss me with that. What we doing? What we trying to get to? What we talking about? Like I don't have time for the small talk. Same thing with women. If a girl FaceTime me, kiki ka ha 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 about 5 minutes, what's up though?
Yeah.
Oh no, I just miss you. Because for me at this point, it's nothing. It's nothing against being on the phone, but if I ain't making money, I'm wasting my time. I'm finna be 36 and 13. No, what's today's day? The 15th. 12 days, right? Yeah, 12 days. I'll be 36. I don't have time to waste. I want freedom.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to get up and go to my 9 to 5. I want to get up and be like, hey, where we meeting at to let's talk about what content we creating, or where we meeting at to set up how we're gonna run this podcast this week, or where we meeting at to go look at these buildings where we can have the podcast set up so we don't have to move nothing. Like those are the things that I want out of life. Like I was having a conversation with a girl yesterday, and she was like, "You be the perfect dude, but you just not hood enough." I like what that means. She like, you don't got goals. You don't have goals. Oh, you don't wear a mirror, and it's how you dress. I was like, so you feel like that determined what a man is? She like, that's what I like. I like, but that can't get you. That's not gonna make you a millionaire. The only way you get a millionaire looking like that is if you rap.
Thanks.
Rap. Like that's the only way you make a millionaire. Like so, you gotta. What I realize is everybody's mindset is different. Everybody see the communication is different because it's different. Everybody see it differently.
That's a fact, man. Like I think that's one of my biggest things getting older. Like you just said, Cliff, you about to be 36. I was just telling wifey, I'm like, yo, I'm about to be 35 in March. You know what I mean? Like you can't be sitting here just playing games. Like all communication is effective at this point. You know what I mean? Because when you start speaking to people, and it's not even just with relationships. This is just open communication with just people in general. You know what I mean? Like you start to weed out like the people that really just ain't about shit out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you sit here and you have a conversation with people, like a lot of my circle done switched up so many different times because it's like I'm hungry. I'm ready to get to it. Like I'm sitting here, I'm feeding my brain with all this information. Like I'm trying to get to this bag. And if I reach out to you and I'm like, yo, I ain't speak to you in 5 years. Like, what's good? Like, how you been? And you hit me with that, oh yeah, same old same. I don't even want to have no more conversation with you because if you still in the same spot that you was in 5 years ago when I left you, like
Yeah.
you ain't got no growth. There ain't been no evolution since then. So, you got to constantly evolve and change. But even like in this older stage of life with me, like I tell people that it's like a job interview. You know what I'm saying? You got to treat everybody like it's a job interview. You know what I mean? You got to have these questions. You got to talk to these people. You got to see what their intentions are and what they expect out of life. And when you really start to just put the hammer down on people and question people, you start to see like, all right, well, this person really ain't about shit. So I shouldn't even really waste my time here. And you start to weed through folks, you know what I'm saying? And you start to line yourself up with people who think the same way as you. So, you know what I'm saying? You can set the stage for where you really want to be in life. So yeah, that's how I operate on the daily, honestly.
So, okay, I got a question for y'all because for me, it's almost like, yeah, like I get you have these questions that you have to ask these people, but at what point, like, okay, what point is it no longer like that question period? Like, because we sit here and we're like, hey, you got to ask these questions up front. There's a lot of times that it's like a job interview. I'm telling you what I want you to hear, right? When we're asking these questions, you know, certain questions, the way you word it, like I can tell you what you want to hear. The question is when we get to that point, is that the movement I'm showing you? You know, because it makes a question. For example, you know, I was talking to a girl one time and she was like, yeah, I'm looking for a friend and I don't be hooking up with people like that. I need to make sure, you know, we're looking for the same things and I don't bring people around my kids unless I know we're gonna be together, you know, and all this other stuff. And so I'm like, hey, like, let's just be friends. And then she was mad I wouldn't sleep with her. Like, I'm serious, y'all. You laugh. I'm dead serious. She was so mad. She was like, it's just sex. And I know that, you know, we're just still trying to vibe. And I'm like, but you said this. This is what you told me. And this is how I'm treating you. And now you're upset with me because I'm not treating you like this. It doesn't even make sense. Like, so where is it? How do you really gauge if that's, I mean, the questions, where do you stop it at? Where do you like these questions and these answers have to match?
You said basically the questions have to match the actions.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If you see that bull the first month, yeah, cut it off, bro. Again, you're younger than both of us, so you got time to deal with bullshit if you choose to. I don't have time.
Who?
Hey,
I didn't. Yeah, look,
I'm 27. I feel like when y'all said those
that's
ages,
why she understand.
I was sitting here. I was sitting here and y'all said those ages, and I'm like, I feel like I don't have time to play. Like and for me, it's a different story because I got 2 kids under me. So if I fall, my kids fall.
Yeah.
So 27, I feel like I'm not on the ball. I'm over here itching. Like, how can I get to the next step? How can I get to the next part? Like, but I mean, again, it could just be mindset for me personally. But Cliff, I don't think age got nothing to do with it. I think that I know 30-year-olds who wasted my time. You know what I'm saying? Like that 40-year-old man who ate that meat I cooked him and didn't tell me it was nasty, Cliff. He wasted my time. He wasted my time. Like he was supposed to tell me it needed to be better.
And I just don't get how anybody, bro. I ain't gonna say it, man. I just anybody, bro. Like, at what point do you say this is a waste of my time?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Again and again, how is this bringing value to my life? How is this making me better? What is this doing for me that's going to elevate me to the next level? First of all, when you start thinking like that or start talking like that, you lose so many people.
Yeah.
Some people get to, what are you saying? That's how do you even, you know, it's the thought process, right? The thought process be so different when you start talking about elevating. Like, people don't get that. Like, I never can understand somebody being outside, like you at the club and you ain't got no money. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. First of all, if we went to the club, like, you know, we was going to the club like 4-5 deep. None of us going home with bitches. We just went to the club for no reason. Because they came 4-5 deep. Okay, so how does this work out? One of ours robbing one of theirs now, and we no. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I ain't never. I ain't gonna say never. I ain't been that broke. There's been times I done had money and I'm bought drinks in the club, but for most time, I'm in the club with nothing in my pocket. Sometimes on purpose, because you see a cute girl. Hey, you want to buy me a drink? If I buy bitch no drink, I got money. No, you know what I'm saying. So, like, for me, it's all about the mindsets. What is your mindset? Where is your mindset? And if it's not, I'm on elevation. Everything I'm doing is elevation. Like, when it comes to creating content, I feel like I'm dope. I feel like don't nobody do it like me. I feel like don't nobody kick it like me. I feel like don't many men have the mindsets I do. So, like, I'm so confident in me. I'm more now. So how can I put other people around who will make me better? Right? I got a team of, you know what I'm saying, partners we didn't build for talking on sports. Like, this shit's strong. Like, they hold my feet to the fire. Right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to be like, hey, bro, what's up? Best thing about my business partner, Becky, she gonna be like, are we ready? What are we doing? How can I help you today? What do you need? Like, she's amazing. Like, she's fucking, like, I want to be able to give a speech for her one day and get choked up, you know, emotional. She the first woman to really just listen to me and believe in me.
I fuck with you, Cliff. I fuck with you.
You know what I'm saying? But seriously, it's mindsets, bro. It's mindsets for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. I feel you on that, man. Like, just like what Becky said, man, it is definitely a mindset thing also, man. Because I was sitting here like, damn, I'm about to be 35, but it is a mindset thing because I'm thinking about older people, like 40-year-olds that I done dealt with, 50 and all that. Like a lot of people, sometimes your age don't necessarily match your mind. You know what I mean? So you could be 50 years old in theory, but your mind is like 25, and it's just trash. Or 20 or 18 or something like that. So I seen a lot of that. And then you could be like, what, 25, and then you got the mindset of like 40, 45-year-old, you know what I'm saying? So it just kind of depends. But yeah, man, like I feel you on that, man. Like I'm not even in the mood to I'm not, I'm not knocking anybody having a good time, you know what I mean? Go out, get your kick it on, go to the club and all of that shit. But now I'm just at the mindset where it's just like, yo, I gotta get rich. You feel me? I got a what, 3 sons and another son on the way, so that's 4. So I'm like, you know what? I ain't got time to just be sitting here blowing careless money. You know what I'm saying? So now when we had these conversations, instead of talking about, all right, cool, let's go into the club and buying a bottle or buying a section and all that dumb shit, it's like, all right, cool. You know what we investing in? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm looking at my people. I'm looking at their best interest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at what y'all spending money on, and I'm like, yo, y'all might look at it as like I'm a father figure or I'm like a Debbie Downer or something like that, but I can't be the one to make it. You know what I'm saying? That's like what I look like being the one to make it. I touch a mill, you know what I'm saying? And everybody else around me still just kind of struggling, working 9 to 5s and struggling to pay their bills and all that stuff like that. Like, what type of dude would I be? So I have
It's your fault if you giving the game and they not listening.
That's it. That's why I do what I do. That's why I give the gems. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm big on articulation and passing out the knowledge that I know, because when I do get there, because it's coming, I don't want nobody to say, oh, you know what, you ain't never tell me nothing or you ain't never showed me nothing. It's like, yo, I've been talking this whole way. You just ain't been listening. that shit ain't my fault.
Yeah.
I feel like they still gonna say that. I feel like they still gonna say it anyway. Like, for me, it's one of those things. Like, I only give it where it's asked. I only give it where it's asked because of, people don't walk up to me. Like, ain't nobody walk up to me. Cliff didn't walk up to me like, hey, I got a podcast. Like, I just need you to get on. Cliff came, Cliff posted about having a podcast idea. And I was like, yo, I've been thinking about a podcast for a minute. And, we just started chopping it up about the podcast. Yeah. I don't feel like nobody's walking around just like, oh, here's just some free knowledge for you. Like, yeah. I feel like people who are doing that, those are marketing skills to grab you. To be like, hey, listen, I got a little bit of strategy, and they're gonna give you two things that you need for it, but you're gonna have to pay down the road for these other 3 to get to your 5. It don't even make sense. If it's gems, it's gems. I'm gonna come to you and ask you for it. Yeah, my friends, the reason why I give my friends advice is because my friends come to me and ask me for advice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friend don't it's one of those things, like, I don't walk up and be like, girl, who you with? What you got going on with him? Like, it'd be one of them things like, hey, how are you doing today? And it's like, well, X, Y, and Z happened, and, what you think about X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, well, this is how I feel about it, and personally. Because that's the biggest thing. Life is really a bunch of I feels and I believes. Really, even the factual parts, like, the statistics that we have. Like, I think about that all the time. They tell us these are statistics, but I ain't never filled out no fucking paperwork. How you guys got statistics and I ain't said nothing? I ain't tell y'all nothing. Yeah. There's people who work under the table. How do you have statistics on everybody in the world if these people are non-existent? Y'all can't even tell. You can't even find my baby daddy for child support papers, but you tell me you got him in statistics. That doesn't even make sense. Like, like, what? Like, so I just feel like it's a bunch of I feels and I believes and what the conclusion I have come to. So that's where I tell you, like, communication, when it ties back to that, it's one of those things. I don't think there's a right way to communicate and a wrong way to communicate. Is learning your communication ability. We took a test at work. I think we talked about it one other time, Cliff, where it's a test. You could be 4 different type of birds. And it tells you like what they like. Some people like to be praised. Some people don't like praise. Some people like to be put on spot. Some people don't like to be put on spot. There's like these different categories from questions they've answered to tell you like, oh, this person's an eagle. She's very dominant. She's very, straightforward, direct. She's not going to beat around the bush. Don't do these things with this person. Then there's this, it'll be like, oh, this person's an owl. They're very soft spoken. They don't do too much. Don't do these things with them. I don't feel like we have a right and wrong communication style. I just feel like sometimes we're just not listening far and deep enough to truly understand, okay, well, this is how she communicates,
Uh-huh.
you know, and this is how he communicates. Okay. um it's just the learning how everybody talks and how they receive things, because it's about interpretation. Again, there's something I can tell my partner, I can tell him, and the way I tell him, like, yo, no, I'm not even gonna be funny, I'm gonna be so transparent with y'all. We were sitting here, my sister passed away last year. And she died at home in bed, but she was with the dude. And I was just like, yo, like, what if we found out like 6 years from now watching the TV show, like the cops come back and they're like, so he actually murdered 6 other women. And like, you know, like, I was just like, how wild is that? And we just cracked up so hard, we laughed. But I know that I cannot go to my mom and joke about the same thing. My mom will be like, that's not even funny, like, why would you say that? Because everybody's communications and interpretations of life are different. That's why I love when I find people who align with me. That's why I talk about it a lot. Cliff knows. I'm like, oh, alignment. Because there's people who are meant for me and there's people who aren't. We try to force people too much in life. Those communication skills and that. If we fit, we fit. If we don't, we don't. But let's not try to force it. That puzzle piece, it don't matter how. It doesn't matter if it's the same shape as your puzzle piece that's missing. It won't fit the picture still. The picture is going to be off. Yeah. So do you know y'all's communication skills? Like, y'all know how y'all communicate?
Like, I'm a pretty good communicator. And like you were saying something earlier, I'm glad I held on to the point. You were talking about people tell you they'll give you 5 steps on the game and then only give you 2, and then you have to pay for the third. Like, I be seeing girls like, I want to start a podcast, and I hit them, what's up? Let's go. Let me produce it. Right? Like, I can sit back here, I can be off the screen. I don't even have to look, y'all don't even know I'm here no more. The girl could be having a whole podcast and my stuff right. You don't even I don't even have to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's yours, right? I'm showing you the ropes. I'll be texting you like, hey, say this. Hey, you need to pivot to a new conversation. You need, like, I'm one of those people, bro. It's like, I'm not afraid to get a game up. I more so don't want to get a game to somebody who gonna run off with the shit I talk to him and then try to like, boom, I did this on my own. Like, nah, this was my vision. You took my vision and ran with it, put your spin on it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a hater, but that's why I'm like, man, at this point, I'm gonna put people on, and whether they return the energy or not, like, you know, it's good. I put the energy out there. So for me, for the most part, I feel like I'm a pretty decent communicator, but if I'm upset, I ain't got shit to say.
Yeah.
That's the most I got to say. That's when I got the most to say. As soon as I figure out how to say it, I promise that's the most I got to say.
Bro, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And I'm not a very angry person. I'm a happy person. I'm trying to put smiles on faces. But once I've reached that point of frustration, you know.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. I'm a good communicator. I don't want to brag, you know what I'm saying? Me and wife, we be talking about this all the time, but I feel like, I'm good at communication. And the only reason why I feel like I'm good at it is because I worked at it so hard, you know what I'm saying? So to see where I came from to where I'm at right now, like, I'm like, yeah, I did that. Like, to be able to speak and hold these conversations. So yeah, I feel like I'm a communicator, but I feel like just like what you were saying as far as like the different communication types, I'm direct. I'm gonna come straight to you. I don't really like bullshitting. I don't really like playing around. Like, if I got something that I need to say, I'm gonna say it to you. I ain't about to sugarcoat it, beat around the bush. And I think a lot of the times that kind of comes off the wrong way to a lot of people, because it does kind of come off as like an authoritative figure or like a father figure or something like that. And it's like, damn, like, people always, it kind of makes me feel like people kind of want you to baby them sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really, the saying that they say, oh, you can't handle the truth type shit. So, like, people want to be coddled, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not really in the business to like coddle you and hold your hand and all of that. If I see that you messing up, I'm gonna let you know, shit, man, woman, brother, sister, cousin, whoever. I'm like, yo, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I'm talking to my homeboys, right, and they like doing some foul shit with they girls or whatever, I'm like, yo, like, I'm not gonna condone the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, some other cats might be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? You cheating on your chick and all of that, yo, get it in, bro. And I'm like, yo, you foul. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you out on it because I'm like, yo, how would you feel if it was done to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna appreciate that. So I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? So
You gonna cheat, do that in your privacy. We too old for that.
yeah, for real. So yeah,
yeah, you too comfortable at this point. You might as well be single. You way too comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Like you just out and about. Like just be single. Like, is it one of those things that
was
y'all
I
are
talking
able?
about freedom earlier, right?
We were, and that's what led
Freedom.
us. Yeah, we was talking about the freedom earlier, but that's where I was like telling Cliff, like, I feel like that's where maybe that's why I'm not married again, right? Because I feel like it's one of those situations like you should be able to be open and honest with me at all times. Like, I feel like that's how you find out who fuck with you and who really doesn't. If I can give you this true, honest, pure version of myself and I can come to you holistically and be like, this is me. And you're like, you know what? I still like this person. Then you're meant for me. You know what I'm saying? I was telling my partner, like, can you tomorrow marry me for this exact person that I am? And he was like, well, that's a real open question. I was like, no, not because I'm asking you to marry me tomorrow, right? What I'm saying is this is the only person I can guarantee you is this person I am today. I can't guarantee you anything. I had a very, very close friend of mine. She's an older woman. She's about to be 50. I love her to death. And she told me, take potential out of your dating vocabulary. Potential is not a thing that even exists when you're dating, because at the end of the day, it's stored. You don't know if that potential energy will ever become anything further than potential energy. Yeah. It may stay stored in its entire. You have to make it. You have to give it movement to make it kinetic. There's no way you can sit there like that, y'all. Like, and it's one of those. It's one of those things that I'm like, how can you find these people that align with you besides giving them your true version? I want to be able to come to you when I come off rip. And Cliff said, I'm not gonna date no woman. The first question she asks on a date is who on our phone. I should listen. I want to be able to be open and honest with you. I should be able to joke with you about these things. That's how I joke. Like even to this day, I've been with this man 3 years and I still joke about it.
Yeah.
Who was that on the phone, man? Like my mama, shit. I don't know, girl. Goddamn.
Because I'm just like, why you didn't silence your phone? Like I'm that type of person. We'll be in the middle of a date. Your phone keep going off. I'm gonna tell you, like, dang, you do know you could put it on do not disturb, right? Like you do know there's a setting for that. Like you just gonna let them keep calling you, huh? Like, but yeah, I feel like that's how you find the people that you're supposed to align with, is to be able to openly say, like, this is the person that I am. Hey, babe, mama. By the way, I just seen her comment earlier.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, what I learned throughout this whole time is I forgot if I heard it on like a podcast or some type of relationship thing or whatever it was, but it was saying that how like people bring their representative to the table in a lot of these like first encounters and meetups and all that stuff. When you dating a person and you courting them during that beginning stage, like that person that you meet initially, 9 times out of 10, that's not really them. That's not really the person. You know what I'm saying? You probably need about like a good 8, 9, 10, 11 dates before you start to see like, all right, cool, the real person start squeezing out. But like with me, I bring it all to the table. Like I'm like, yo, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is just what it is. I let it know from the jump, like, all right, cool. This is what, you know, my life consists of. I don't try to sugarcoat. Most people try to hide their kids and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm like, yo, got 4 kids. You know what I mean? Like, this is just what it is. Like, I ain't about to, what you lying for? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let my personality show. I'm goofy. I like to joke around. I could be direct, but I like to joke around too at the same time. And like you stated, that's how you get in alignment with your people. You know what I'm saying? That's how you attract that tribe that you're a part of. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So you got to come with it. You know what I'm saying? When you first meeting people, whether it's friends, whether it's relationship wise, because that's what it's all about, man. Like I had some people who I was cool with, and we ended up falling off just based off of communication alone. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm speaking my opinion on certain things. And like I told you, a lot of people like to be coddled. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. A lot of people want you to just kind of be like, oh, you my boy. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to tell. Now I'm like, yo, I ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to be the same way with me. If I put something out there, if I'm like trying to do something and you like, yo, you know what? I ain't really feeling it. Everybody got their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? I respect you for even keeping it 100 with me, because a lot of the times what's for me might not even be for you. But at the same time, the fact that you even opened your mouth to kind of let me know how you feel, I would rather you keep it 100 with me versus lie to me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. So the fact that I'm sitting here like, yo, you know what? This just ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's for you, that's for you. But I don't like it. Cats got mad. They're like, oh, nah, this nigga, he done changed. You know what I'm saying? He different out here. Like, he think he better. I'm like, I ain't even say none of that. I'm just voicing my opinion. So it's a problem that I'm telling you how I feel. Like, but that's the type of people that you don't need around you. You know what I'm saying? So
it's lack of growth.
Yeah, because that'll bring you back down. That's the person that's like, you like, I'm a recovering alcoholic. You gonna hang out with the alcoholics, they're gonna be like, oh man, you're not gonna take no drink. You used to drink everybody at the table. I know you turned soft. Like, no, like, it's not that. I just know that what it does for me. Like, you definitely, like you said, it's just tough. I like the representative thing. I want you to know I'm gonna take that with me and pocket it. That's dope. Like, to really think, because at first she was like, you're a representative. I'm like, they bringing people to the date with them? Why are they bringing people to the date with them? Like, that's crazy. Like, we're not bringing people with us. Like, okay, like, but definitely, like, you're bringing this person, this facade of a person, like, and that's why I'm okay with those deeper questions. Like, people will be like, are there off limits? For me, I don't really have an off limit. You want to really ask me, you can ask me all the way. You can ask me who's on our phone. Yeah. If it's a dude calling me, I'll be honest. Like, hey, listen, like, it's a dude. I think that I might have lied to him, actually. I think I told him there was a dude calling me the first time we ever hung out, but I think I lied that night. I used to be a different person.
To women is, can I meet your baby daddy? Oh, well, no, never mind.
The government can't even find him, Cliff. The government can't even find him. Don't do that.
I'm just saying,
give me a different chance. Me and Cliff, when Cliff answers, I tell Cliff the other day, I was like, Cliff answers, let me know. I wouldn't make it very far. I wouldn't make it very far at all.
We got questions, bro. Like, I need to know what's going on. Like, I need to know why you so crazy. I need to, I need to know when you gonna act up. I need to know if you don't get a Dr. Pepper today, you're gonna have an attitude. I need to know these things.
I mean, I don't think baby daddies really know that though. Like, some women, like, someone was just out here doing shit. I don't think, what I'm saying? Like, my baby daddy, I
need to know if you just out here doing shit.
Okay, but let me tell you that instead of saying, let me meet your baby daddy, like, ask me why your baby daddy ain't around, or like where your baby daddy is. That's a better way to ask me that question. Like, what's going on with your baby daddy? Like, I'd rather be able to tell you, like, yeah, we don't really fuck around with the fuck around. Like, my baby daddy can't tell you. I didn't want my baby daddy in the delivery room with my daughter. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I swear to y'all, I was so glad that man didn't show up. That man said, hey, I'm sick of Walt. Y'all, Walt said that I had posted that R. He talk about I got an R in the last part of my name, so that's gotta count for something. He said he gonna have me a diamond ring. I like a princess cut. I think that's what that's called. But yeah, I feel like it just depends. Like, everybody's allotted their questions. Like, ask me, I'm an open book. Even shit I don't want to talk about, I try to be open about, because it's who made me. It's who I am. I feel like people who aren't okay with talking about their past is because they're still not okay with who they are today.
Facts.
I just don't want you to be asking me about no other woman.
You want to meet my baby daddy? What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying, like, who is that girl on Facebook? Damn, we're our first date. Is this what we talking about on our first date? Facebook? Like,
yeah, see, I make it takes so long for me to get to a first date that I definitely talk shit on the first date, usually, about how you talk to ugly girls on Facebook. I'd be like, you girls really going back and forth up there, big dog. Like,
I don't even know who you talk. What you talking about?
Yeah, and so, don't lie. Like, listen, I hearted the comment.
Like my memory cloud.
Yeah, you a lying ass nigga. I love you, Cliff. All respect to it, but you a lying ass nigga. I know you is. I know that's your issue. True. I know that's your issue. Baby mama, where's she at? Because I believe it. She gonna tell me it is. That's his issue. He sound real good. Yeah, he a liar, ain't he?
He don't lie. That's sure the truth.
Oh no, he don't lie. He changes the truth and stretches the truth.
Change the truth. I got that. My son gave me that one. I'm not lying, Dad. I'm changing the truth. I got that.
Tell him it's your interpretation of it next time. That's the better one, because that's not even lying. That's how I interpreted it. I don't know.
She called me a liar because she feel like when she go through my phone and she see me then told a girl good morning, beautiful, I'm a liar and a cheater now. We're not even together. I tell bitches good morning, beautiful. Damn.
Because you lie and say you don't entertain nobody, you don't talk to nobody, you don't check nobody, you don't do nothing.
I like once a week. Like I tell, it's not. If I don't text him every day, I don't entertain
You
him.
texting him.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little good morning. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure somebody have a good day.
He better not text.
Your
My
baby
man better
daddy is
not
your
text.
baby
No,
daddy is
why
a
he care if her
lot.
morning was good?
I'm a
Why you
hero.
care
I
if her
be putting
morning was
smiles
good?
on bitches' face.
These bitches don't even be replying.
That's a lie. You cap. She's just gonna lie like that. I don't get ignored. I'll be damned. I'll be good.
You get
Goddamn.
ignored a lot.
That's a
Don't
lie.
play.
Just
That's a
start
lot.
screenshotting it, baby mama, so we all can laugh with you.
Oh, yeah, we go through it right now. I get.
Oh,
I
you want
get
to go through it right
let's
now?
go. Let's go through it.
Clip about to start showing his message log.
Shit, I don't never get ignored. Who? Man,
You know they say, you'll be heartbroken when you find out your baby daddy or whoever cheating on you. No, it hurts more when they getting ignored because then you embarrassed. It's
That's
like,
a lie.
dang, they all embarrassed.
That's
They
a
don't
lie.
even respond to my baby daddy.
I ain't even gonna lie. I just heard a bunch of, and then she not even gonna respond to my baby daddy.
My
That's the
baby
last
daddy is gonna reply.
Shit, look.
Mm.
Don't believe the lie.
I feel like, listen, I want y'all to know, I feel like everyone lies. I feel like if you literally tell me you don't lie, you're a liar.
Everybody
you're the
do
biggest
tell
one of the bunch. You're the leader of the liars. So what are you talking about?
Everybody
Like,
lie. That's why I tell
it's a
people.
human quality, just like gossiping. I'm sorry, y'all. Say what you want. If you tell me you don't gossip, you tell everybody business. You tell everybody business as quick as it comes to you. Like those are just human qualities we have as people. It's life. It's
And
just
that's why I
who we
tell
are.
people don't lie. I stretch the truth. Like I'm telling you off rip what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Were you sitting up here and you lying and you just gonna outwardly lie? I'm telling you beforehand. I change the truth or I'm stretching the truth. I'm letting you know what you're dealing with. Everybody else want to be I don't lie. You lying, I'm catching you lying.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I done caught so many people that said that line so many times. Oh yeah, nah, I'm so truthful. I'm the truth. I tell the truth all the time. I'm just like, damn. Like the crazy part is people will be like, yo, I'm like Leon, and they'll look you dead in your face, and I'm like, Leon, come on, like really, like I'll never lie to you. And the funniest shit about it is, I had a situation where I was dealing with somebody, right? And she was like, yeah, you know what, Leon, I would never do that to you. Like, I don't know why you would think these things. They kid outed them. Daughter came up to me and was like, Mr. Leon, she's lying. She had such and such over here. And, you know, we was over here for Christmas. And she put the whole business on blast. And I'm like, shit crazy. Like, you just sat here telling me all this.
Yeah, like my thing be, bro, like nobody ever gonna be like, oh, I outed. You can't out me on shit.
Yeah.
You ain't out me. I told you before.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. If I did it, I said it. It was done.
I'm gonna tell you what I want you to know. That's the story of the game. You let people know what you want them to know. If somebody tell me, I'm only telling you what I want you. So keep that energy. My problem be with, and this ain't got nothing to do with baby mama, but with women, they want you to be honest and truthful with them while they tell you what the fuck they want you to know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like as long as we can come to an
like,
understanding that we all
bitch, we need to go back to the 70s when niggas get hit with me. Y'all keep acting like this. That's what modern day women need to realize. Like,
you always talking about.
I don't put my hands on.
You can hit her if you want to. I mean,
I make it seem like I want to, but I don't.
Mean, you can. I mean, there's no disagreement. You can. Yeah. There's no disagreement. You can. I mean, just how far you gonna get with it is the question.
What?
I ain't even know police caller. I want to know. Yeah, I don't even know. Let me not even say. I feel like it's the same thing. You're gonna lie. Listen, if you lie for me, you'll lie to me because, especially if it's about you, because you should be your biggest advocate. You should be the first one you lie for before you lie for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel.
I'm a straight to make it sound good.
You said you make it sound good.
I'm a straight to make it sound good.
Listen, I add up too much stuff. I've been done found out, like the 36th of November, you know, type of thing. Like it's just too much.
I'm in a relationship, bro. I don't got time to. I don't be lying in a relationship. There's no point.
Yeah.
Bring it here, please.
But I'm not in a per se relationship because there's certain things we all ask for and need and got to be understanding that sometimes you can't get everything you need in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Relationships are hard, bro. Relationships are hard work. And everybody gotta be willing to put in that same hard work and the same energy and effort. And if you can't get that same hard work, energy, and effort from everybody, then it's not gonna work. It's
That's,
not gonna work. Like
that's definitely a fact. Like we in here right now. Like I had to, you know what I'm saying? We had our little situation, me and wifey, you know, going through our little joint or whatever. But then I was sitting here thinking, I was just like, damn, you know what? People be saying like, yo, this relationship stuff, like it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like no relationship is really easy. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm sitting here looking like it, like, yo, this shit's supposed to be like peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be sunshine and butterflies every day. But
walk through the park type shit.
yeah, for real. And like that shit is work. Like that shit is stressful work. You know what I'm saying? But back to the communication piece, I think that's where the main thing, like that's where that's the deal breaker right there. So that can make or break the relationship. So what we had to discuss, matter of fact, we just sat here and we were just like, yo, we arguing, you know what I'm saying? We going through these couple of days where we ain't talking and all of that. Like I was like, yo, we need to make a list. You know what I'm saying? And we need to treat this list like law. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break it down to you, and I'm gonna let you know all of my non-negotiables, what I expect from you, what I want to have, what I want to see in a relationship, what do I feel you could be better in this relationship, and then in return, I want you to do the same thing for me. Give me, and then we just match out, we just read our list to each other, and then matter of fact, send me the list so that way I can have it in my phone. I'm gonna send you yours, and then we just hold ourselves accountable to this list. You know what I'm saying, and create certain boundaries and all of that, and I think that really works. You know what I'm saying? Like we were just sitting here talking about it before we got up on the call with y'all, and like I think that's a good thing, man, because with this whole communication style, man, like I think the way that the world shows it, it's like, yo, it's opportunities everywhere. You feel me? So it's like you got the opportunity to be able to just get up and go whenever you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's many people out there, but it's like what I realize, especially dealing with these relationships, is you're gonna have to do the work somewhere. It's no running from the work. So once you decide to say, all right, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and get with this person, and y'all finally decide to settle down or whatever, the work is going to start all over again. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn this person from beginning to end. You got to read the whole book. It's going to be shit that you don't like about this person that y'all got to go back and forth with and it's going to be arguments still. So it's like, it's no running from the work. So shit, you just got to break it down and figure out that communication style and do the work. Like I know that our communication style wasn't really working because I'm more of a direct person, like especially in the arguments. I mean, in the arguments, like I want you to understand what this. And I don't really like having to keep repeating myself like 5-6 times. But I had to realize, like, you know, I got one communication style. She got a type of communication style. So the way that I'm delivering my message, not the way that the information. It's not in alignment with how she's supposed to receive the information. So it's always going to be a disconnect. So I got to kind of tweak my approach a little bit, and she got to kind of tweak her approach a little bit in order for the communication style to actually work the way it's supposed to. But yeah, that's frustrating.
So can I ask a question? So what happens after y'all make this list? What if you find out that on this list of her non-negotiables or your non-negotiables, there's things that you guys are like, yeah, like I just can't check this box off?
I mean, shit, we still going through the list. We ain't finished the list yet. Actually, we just sitting here, so I don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna pencil that in for later, and I'm gonna let you know how
yeah, and I'm just curious. I was telling Cliff, like, how do you know when, like, how do you know, like, you met your person? Like, how do you know when you end those things? Like, you know, there's things that, you know, I told my partner, I'm like, you know, if this is your only issue with me, right? I can't guarantee you that. And why would we continue to waste each other's, like, we'll look up in 6 years from now, like, we'll still be together. I still won't check that box. I told you I don't know if I'd be able to check it.
Yeah.
And now we're here. You know, I don't know, like, that's, and I'm not saying, you know, that's, you know, there's a right or wrong answer for that. Of course, it's just I'm just curious to know, like, is it one of those things that you put the effort through to fight to get to that point? You know, can you change those non-negotiables? Because I feel like, you know, those are upfront things. That's why I don't think people think about it till they're already in a very, you know, far relationship in depth. Like I was with my partner for 3 years before I started really thinking about non-negotiables and what I'm okay with and not okay with. And then it's one of those things, like, now my love is now a bigger issue because I love you so much. But I'm like, well, I can see that, you know, these things might be an issue. Like, how do you get to the separation part? So I was just curious when you were saying that. I love that for y'all. I want you to know I love that for y'all. That takes so much. Congratulations. Like, so serious. Like, that takes a lot to be able to have those conversations. The difficult ones that you have to get through in order to make it beautiful, like, y'all are gonna look up, like, you know, invite me to the wedding, like,
Oh yeah.
or if you're not already married, if you are, renewal vow ceremony, let me know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
Got-
yeah, like, seriously, those are important conversations, and you're able to look. I think those are where you look back and you're like, that's where you find the people that are like, yeah, they're like, that's genuine love. There was a post I seen the other day, and it was like, you know, my grandpa, I had an uncle that was married for like 30 years. This is the post. It was like, you know, who's been married for 30 years. And I asked him, you know, how did you do it? You know, and he said, because, you know, it's almost like that truck outside. And he's like, what do you mean? He was like, that truck outside, you know, we've been through it. You know, when I first bought it, it didn't ride like I wanted it to ride. But now here 30 years later, it rides like I want it to ride.
Yeah.
But, you know, when it needed a new engine, I put a new engine in it. When it needed something new, I put a new, you know, that new part in it.
Yeah.
And he was like, that doesn't make sense. He was like, it's what I'm saying is, in the relationship, if you work on it, you find your person you want to do it with and you work on it, then you keep going. I just haven't made it to a point where I met someone, I guess, besides my partner now, who's willing to start to be like, hey, listen, I'm going to work on those things that you want, but you also have to work on your things for me.
Yeah. And I think that that's what the main thing is all about, man. Like, it's all about effort. You know what I'm saying? It's all about effort and just trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to try and give effort versus just discredit it completely and say, oh, nah, I can't do that. Then I look at it like, okay, you can't do it or you won't do it. That's the difference right there. Like, yeah, because you could do whatever it is that you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you're showing that you're trying, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if two people love each other, like, it should be not like my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of, I ain't gonna, well, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Like, it's nothing that I won't do for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do whatever it is that she asked me to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just want that in return also. I got to be able to count on you the same way that you know that you can count on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that, hey, you know what? If I call you, if I broke down at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, my tire blew out or whatever, you know, you could call me and I'm waking up and I'm changing the tire off rip. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be able to have that same confidence in you as well. So I think that a lot of the time in these relationships, I think people feel like they just come as they are. And it's like, oh, I don't need to change. Like, you should just accept me for who I am. And this is just me. But I'm like, yo,
preach, brother LZ, preach.
Like, everybody has to go through certain periods of growth. You know what I'm saying? You don't come into the relationship as you are and just stay that way. Like, when I got in this relationship with wifey right now, I'm gonna be 100. I wasn't no handyman. I'm not putting stuff together, mounting stuff on walls, doing all that, getting my hands dirty and all. I'm like, nah, that ain't my thing. I'd rather pay somebody to do that. But now, I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? I became the handyman. I'm over here mounting TVs on walls, drilling holes in the walls and all of that, because it required a certain elevation. Like, I had to take it up a notch, you know what I'm saying, for the relationship. You know what I mean? So the way that I was before, the people that I was with at that time didn't require that from me. But, you know what I'm saying, this person who I'm with right now, I love them. I see a future with them. So I got to step my game up, and that's on both sides. It's vice versa. So, like, if I'm willing to step my game up for you and do things that I don't normally do or haven't done before, I got to see that in return.
Things that I'm uncomfortable with, like,
yeah.
That, like, I tell Becky all the time, like, bro, for me, heavy is, will you help me create content?
Yeah.
And when I say help, that don't mean you on camera. Like, there are so many people who you never see the girl. You just hear the voice. Yeah. You never see the girl, right? And I got multiple cameras, so you don't even have to hold the camera. We could put the camera up in the spot, and then it's just on me. Like, for me, that's my thing, bro. Like, my girlfriend, my wife is going to be my tag team partner. She's going to hold my feet to the fire and say, hey, I got this idea for a skit. I got to sit up. Because some days I don't want to do no thinking. I just want to roll. Like, Becky can tell you, I'm thinking all day, right? And this is one podcast. I got another one set. I got another one set up that I do daily. And then I'm trying to set more up, right? Gaming and nerd shit. So it's like my mind is already consistently thinking all day long. Sometimes I want to pop in and you got the idea already. All I got to do is come in and act. Yeah. I don't want to be the producer and the director. Like, I still got to be the editor, right? Yeah. I still got to edit the video. I don't want to be anything but the talent right now, right? I don't want to be the director and the script writer. No, I don't want to do that right now. I want to come in like, hey, I got this idea. What you think? Oh, cool. Let's go. And we're going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. So my wife will be someone who has the shit ready to go and has ideas for me for us to make money. Because all I'm not doing this shit. Hey, yeah, it's fun, yeah, but I want some bread out this shit. You don't
Facts.
working 9 to 5 when you got the freedom. This gonna create financial freedom. That's the only thing. My wife is gonna want to be financially free like me. She gonna match my energy and effort. If I'm streaming every day, she doing something every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people will be like, "Well, it's easy." No, it's not. Because you got to be entertaining.
Yeah. That's
For people, like we coming up on 59 minutes, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up because we only do an hour. But like it's you have to be entertaining and engaging. Like if you don't have engaging you don't have entertaining, people gonna click on the cookout. And you're building right now. So I look all the time, I look at the numbers, right? It ain't much over there right now, but there were people on today. Right? You have to people get lost in the numbers. Don't get lost in the numbers, just keep fighting.
yeah. That's
Don't
a
get
fact.
lost in the numbers, just keep
Fact.
fighting.
That's a fact.
All right. Well, shit, y'all. We finna go and get ready to wrap it up. It's your boy Shaw Time.
Your girl Becky.
It's your boy Els, Filthy Billionaire.
Yeah. And this is Keep It Up.
Buck.
And we'll be back next week. Ez, if you want to come back next week, we'll be here.
Oh yeah, I'm here, man. I'll be there.
That's a bet. Y'all have a good night.
Y'all have a good evening.